Hello, my name is Alex Alvarez, and my YouTube channel is AlexGD.
And I'm the Beta Gamist, and we're here drawing in Photoshop.
Illustrator, but okay.
Illustrate a photoshopped image to Illustrator. Yeah.
And we're gonna show you how to do like the basic steps. Like you see, I'm gonna zoom in really close. I'm gonna accidentally do it too zoomed, so I'm gonna zoom it out. And basically, we're gonna show you the simple tools, which is the selection tool.
Selection tool.
Yeah, which is a black arrow, and it helps you move the whole object.
Yeah,
or whatever you clicked on.
It selects the whole thing, and then the direct selection tool, it selects a single anchor point, or if you hold shift, you can directly select shapes.
And the pen tool is like where you like outline the image.
And there's also the rectangle tool, but I doubt
the fill
we use
is
that.
to like fill in the whole shape with color.
And the stroke is the outline. It'll be coloring the outline. Now let's get into this.
No, and the layer. This is the layer panels, which is like basically where all your shapes or tools are gonna be at. Not tools. Your basically shapes, and that's the point where you can move to like thicken the stroke. Okay, we're gonna start.
We're gonna start at the tippy top, and you messed up.
Yes, I did. If you messed up, just go to Edit, Undo Pen, and it will automatically erase it.
Things you need to watch out for would be undoing the whole thing.
Yeah, it would mess you up a lot.
So use Command Z and then Command Alt Z if you want to.
And you see the middle points there? That's the anchor points, which basically you can move them with
direct selection tool.
Yeah, direct selection tool.
The white boxes are called anchors, and they hold. And in Illustrator, you how they create the lines is mathematically. There's an equation for that. I don't know what the equation is.
Yep.
Probably a bunch of math.
And you see the 2 points on the between the end of the anchor points. Those you can move them to like move the line on any way you want it to move.
The angle of the line.
Yes, the angle of the line.
And we almost have half of the outline of the body.
Yeah.
Now, Illustrator does take a long time. Give it some time. Let it grow on you. The pen tool, as we're moving it right now, ain't gonna come that easy. With me, I'm a lot better with it.
Chris has a lot of experience because we have a class that we take.
Oh yeah. So if you're not experienced with this, I would just pull up a simple photo, like
that has not too many lines or outlines.
Curves, actually.
Yeah, it's better with curves. No, it's not better with curves. It's gonna be a lot difficult.
And curves are probably the most hardest thing to get. But once you got them down, because as you can see right now, you have to go a little bit more upper.
Yes.
To get that that little curve, but we didn't do it. We're trying to do it. We're speeded like
faster, so it's like I did like a simple picture, so you guys could like see how Illustrator works.
And this is simple for us. Then again.
Yeah, because as again I told you, we took classes.
All those classes did not pay off whenever you did that line.
Okay.
That was just lazy.
I'll fix it later, or later on in the video.
But we'll also show you how to fix it. So all these mistakes are on purpose. And don't judge too harshly on us in the comment section. We love ghosts, and I hope you do too. Alex, would you beat up a ghost? I ain't no afraid no ghost.
Yeah, I would beat up a ghost.
Grandma, no! We actually took this image off of
Google, so the image is not ours.
So remember that. If the image ain't yours, don't try to sell it.
Yeah, so we're not gonna take full credit for this photo that we have here.
Yeah, and also don't sue us if this is your image. We ain't have no money.
We have no money.
We have no money.
Okay.
And this is what the outline looks like. As you can see, it's a little bit jagged.
Yeah, as soon as I fill it, but like later on at the end of the video, I'll do some little touch-ups to make it look at least a little bit decent. And to make your your layers to disappear, just click on the little eyeball on the layer panel.
And the eyeball stands for preview. So if you don't want to look at it,
just click on
poke the eye in the eyes.
And it will disappear.
Yeah.
Well, it will not erase. It will just disappear. If you want it back, just click on the eyeball again, and it will automatically come back.
And if you want it gone, click on the trash can.
Yes.
Take that layer out.
And this is like basically it changes the points of your stroke. So if you want it to look like a little curvy or whatever, you could use one of these, one of those
format
styles.
And just go through it. Erase some of your layers if you want progress, and look at your progress as you're going. And also take your time on this because this is your creation, and effort makes good.
Oh, and then again, here's a hint. Not a hint, but like basically, sooner or later my layer panels will disappear. But the way to get it back is to click on Windows and click on Layers, and it will come back. Sooner or later, I'll show you an example on how to do it.
And usually whenever you're going through an image, it won't take this long. In fact, it will take longer.
It depends on how the image is, because like there's like some with a lot of curves and everything, so that will take like a lot of time to make it look at least perfect or decent.
Striving for perfection is kind of hard, but it pays off in the end. Your portfolio will look nice. And
as you can see, I messed up there, so I did the edit undo.
And the hardest thing about doing the eyes is making sure
they're perfect.
Yeah.
And then the curves of the eyes or the eyebrows, I guess, right here. It was really hard.
Yeah, with the sometimes you have to command copy if you wanted to get them all lined up to have 2 layers and then put the eyebrows in the middle. But we're not going to get that complicated. That only complicates it up with the fill.
Yeah.
So if you're going deep professional, just know that that's an option.
As you can see, this is what I did. I went to Windows and Layers to open it up again because it disappeared. It's gonna happen to me like a few times in this video. I don't know why I did that, but yeah. So I kept clicking on Windows and Layers to like reopen the layer panel. And if you want to make your whole layers that you made from the ghost disappear, just click on the eyeball and then drag it down to all the eyes until you stop to the image, which is way faster to erase it. I don't know why I didn't do that there, but yeah, that's another easy way to like make your other layers disappear.
Also compliment yourself on the progress you do with your ghost. Getting farther into an image can be really stressful, so just knowing the progress you have done can relieve that. So stick with it and get her done.
Also, if you want to move to like a little to the side without moving your whole picture, just click on the handlebar, which is that little hand next to micro the magnifying glass, and it won't move your picture, but it will move like
Right
the
above the film.
yeah. Yeah, I messed up there, so I had to do edit and undo. So yeah, basically, if you don't even, like click on the anchor tool, it will keep doing the same things to you.
If you like the way you got the anchor set and you don't want to undo it because you're afraid you won't get it back in, you can take the direction tool and just adjust the angle. It takes a little bit more, but it will be worth it if you don't want to lose your anchor. Now, what we did with the layers is he kept making new layers, even though it already makes new ones whenever you make a new shape. But he didn't know that. Alex will now apologize.
Wow.
Yeah, you're not supposed to click the new layer. It already makes it for you. That little arrow shows you how many layers are in it.
I didn't do that on purpose. I actually did that because what's it called? It wouldn't like make a new layer. As you can see, I'll show you later on the video, or it will show later on the video that it wouldn't do a new layer for me when I did the little circles on the end of the tail of the ghost. You see what I did there? I used a little handle to move the line to like shape it exactly on the way I want it. Then I made the stroke a little thicker. And this is how it looks like so far. A little rough on the edges, but
Still a ghost.
it's still a ghost. But I'll like later on the video I'll fix it using the direct selection tool, which is a white arrow.
We could skip class right now. And this is pre-recorded video, of course. And if you have any suggestions to our methods, just go down to the comment section, and there'll be a section for you. Don't judge too harshly, but give your criticism.
Yeah, give us some feedback on like what we should do and how should we explain it better.
Or give us Google search options, and we'll Google search those images, and we'll find one of those images, and we'll make it into a shirt. Oh, well, we'll put it on a shirt.
Yeah. So yeah, this is like how the ghost ended up, but I know we're missing some few like as you can see the arm is over the body and I don't want that, so I'm gonna drag it under the body so it could like look like how it was on the picture, on the image.
On the outside of the body.
As you can see, I'm starting to do the disappearing all at once because there's too many layers for me. Now I'm gonna fix the little edge or the anchor point because I didn't like the way it looked on the ghost.
And you can personalize these images. So if you don't like how they did it, you don't have to do it exactly.
I'm just doing it because I want to like show you guys how it's done on Illustrator and how like the basic tools are used and everything.
And we'll show the before and the after uh, in the thumbnail.
And we also will show you some work we did on the class that we took, and show you how we did on some of the works on how we used on Illustrator.
Never mind, we're not gonna do that. Our laptops just got taken away.
Are you gonna edit this video?
No.
I'm not gonna edit. Too lazy.
No, I mean like we can just chop the sound in there, and that's all we have to do. And also the thumbnail. You still have the before and after of this? Make.
It
Well,
took me a while to fix this, the head of the ghost, because it was like all the lines were like all like crooked and stuff. So I fixed that, and also on the one of the lines that I did on the neck of the ghost wasn't like thick enough. So later on I will like fix that.
and thickness can be varied between the form of styles you choose. So every time you start a new line, you have to start a new form style. And the form style is just like the style of the stroke. So as you can see up into it's uniform right now with the basic
You know,
right
change it
there
right now.
next to the stroke, and he's going to change it. You have to change that with every new object if you wanted the same one.
And also, if you want to change the fill and the stroke color, always go to that little square on the layers panel and click on the side so you could change the color. And now I'm gonna do the circle of the head using the eclipse tool.
The little bubble circles. And using the shape tools give you a better shape than actually drawing them, because they have more uniform and pre-made lines. So if you have a shape, slap it in there, because you're gonna have pretty lines. Pretty lines in a pretty picture makes it pretty nice. Great.
The first time we ever used Illustrator, it was very difficult for us because like we didn't know how to use the ink, like we didn't know the basic tools like anchor points, the select tool, and then the direct selection tool.
And with the pen tool,
It was
the
really
greatest thing ever that I have learned was click and hold, and then click the last point you did. That's to undo the angle that it's at, and undoing that angle is just so much relief, and pain is gone. It's like a pain pill. Don't do it too much, or your image will look,
very weird.
yeah, and you'll also be addicted.
One last second, I'm going outside.
And remember, don't go back. Like, don't be afraid to go back and like fix some errors that you don't like. Like for example, look at the head of my ghost. I didn't really like the way it looked, so I used to select the direct select tool and like change the way the head looked because I didn't really like it.
And you can always change your images to where you like it.
And as Alex said, the reason why I didn't like I kept clicking on the new layer thing tool because as you can see it didn't separate the circles that I did, but it's okay because like it's not that big of a deal unless that you
Oh,
want to change some of the shapes and stuff on each. You want them each unique.
in fact, it did put it on a separate layer. You just have to click the little gray arrow, and it has it all listed underneath there. But that's not his mistake. That's just yeah.
I accidentally click on something else instead of. Oh no, I actually did click on layers, so never mind.
Oh yeah, layers. And if you wanted more shapes, there are more shapes with the custom shape tool. But creating your own shapes can be fun sometimes.
But very difficult because you some
Oh yeah,
at points you won't get like some lines straight enough or good enough for like it to look like an original shape.
and if
So
you
that's
wanted
why.
a perfect circle, just hold the shift tool to have a perfect anything, and it will size it up to a square, a nice rectangle, or a nice circle.
As you can see here, I was struggling a bit trying to make his his head look a bit better, but it took me a while, but I got it somewhat there. I didn't do it exactly how I wanted to, but like I did it just very quickly because um, I wanted just to show you guys how simple it is to use Illustrator
Simple
if
but
you know how to use the basic tools.
difficult. Um, making making small images in Illustrator can be easy if they don't have many curves. So how this relates to this image is this image has a lot of curves,
Yes.
and mainly at the tail and the top. But those curves are really straight, and the head, I don't know why he's messing up on them, but you would think that having more anchors would be good, but having less anchors makes smoother lines, and smoother lines make better pictures. So if it ain't perfect, at least have a smooth line. Like if it doesn't match with the original picture, it's okay. Because they're not going to see the original picture. So it's not a mistake.
And yeah, I guess that's how I did it. So.
There you go.